We're chatting esports with our 120 Sports esports analyst, Mark Register. Mark, China's Ministry of Culture cracks down on online streamers, requiring performers to use their real name and prove it through valid ID. And every major esports tournament streamed online must get approval from the Ministry of Culture. Can you tell us what brought about these new regulations?
Yeah, it's a completely different culture than the U.S. country, obviously, literally and figuratively. You have, we live in a world where we can kind of do whatever the heck we want, and for the most part, government doesn't step in unless they have to. So for China, which is much more active in their kind of sometimes suppression of stuff, we're seeing this with Facebook as well. Like Facebook is pretty much in every single country except for China, but they have been negotiating a deal of figuring out how can we work within your legal system and go by all your rules and still be incorporated in. So it's a completely different world. Next up, my favorite quote from this is, quote, games will be considered illegal if they include gambling, pornography, or negatively influence a person's social morality, which pretty much defines everything that the U.S. exports. So pretty much they're just shutting down the U.S. That was a joke. But so Tencent, League of Legends. Tencent, who owns League of Legends and also Clash of Clans, they're a Chinese-based company. So, and they're also pretty family-friendly. So they're not going to have any problems. As far as Blizzard and Valve, Blizzard is also very family-friendly. All their games are. And Valve, Dota's going to be fine. However, Counter-Strike is the one game that I would say could potentially be in question because of its violent nature of people running around with guns and shooting each other. So that could potentially cause problems. But more than anything, everyone's going to be fine. It's just an additional hoop that people have to jump through and just give notice 10 days before they do a live event. So not that big of a deal. But for the one game that we should follow up with, it should be Counter-Strike, and hopefully it doesn't cause any problems for them.
Mark, thanks for breaking that down. And as always, we appreciate your expertise here on 120 Sports.
Thanks for having me on.